Hello, everyone, and welcome to our Thursday Thought segment when we say goodbye to the gospel of the week behind and say hello to the new one to come. I'm Pastor Dave Deckard, and last Sunday we talked about Jesus casting out a demon in Mark 1, and we brought out the issues of authority in that gospel, saying that perhaps our definitions are a little bit skewed and we need to rethink things again. Now, we alluded to it in the sermon. We need to say it stronger here. This is not going to be easy for us, especially for people in the church, because we have been brought up in systems of authority that have a lot to do with either institution or biblical correctness or 1,000 other things that are about us and our own holiness instead of about compassion and love and listening to the people around us. We need to Marie Kondo this thing. We need somebody to help us come in and sort all this out, asking what we can kind of set aside and what we need to keep. I think the image I used was one of a sieve, a colander that kind of filters stuff out. I believe that's exactly what is necessary, because what's happened is, along with all our other wonderful church stuff, we've allowed church and our faith to become a proxy in cultural warfare. Some people say, oh, the culture should be like this and the church needs to support this. Other people say, no, it's the other way and I was raised like this and my church supports this. In reality, faith doesn't really confirm anybody as right, let alone perfect. And when we start putting all of that baggage into our church and into our faith, and it happens in subtle ways. We only worship like this. We only sing these songs. The carpet has to look like this. Church has to start at this time. The pastor can only say these things. God only thinks like this. And 100 other things that we say. It's just like putting a bunch of swampy seaweed into that colander and trying to pull it through the little holes and make it work. And all we do is end up with a broken, soupy mess that nobody really wants to consume. And that's where we are. People outside the church are looking at us either being used like this or actively participating in it and saying, why in the world would I want to be a part of that? I may not be perfect, but at least I can make a mess that's not quite so awful. So I'm just going to trust in my own understanding and what I know and what I think. And God bless them. I think what they think is probably great, but it's not perfect either. And maybe instead of trying to dredge all of our personal and systemic and societal messes into our faith and saying God thinks just like us, we really should strain all of that out and say no matter what we do, no matter how we come together, no matter what we sing or what the carpet looks like or what our personal biases are, we derive authority through passion, compassion, and love, and we will start there, end there, and make those things a part of everything we do. That simple affirmation would change how we do worship, how we do welcome, how we do committees, how we do service projects, how we do 1,000 things. But we don't have it right now, and we need to commit to that change if we ever want the church to be authoritative or to feel and seem and broadcast as authoritative to anyone out there who doesn't already think it is. That's it for that gospel. We're going to look ahead this Sunday. We're still in Mark chapter 1, starting with verse 29. Jesus is doing a lot more healings and other things, and we're going to talk about the ever-expanding circle of grace that happens through that then. Join us on Sunday, and we will see you again soon.